Nelson ahead in the count, 0-1. Goes back inside for a called strike. It's 0-2.
You might have expected Wooster coach Tim Petterini to do a bit more lineup juggling than he did today. He really kept the same players in, just going with a little bit different look in his batting order.
I'd be really nervous if I was you.
Some good chatter going on behind the backstop, and the 0-2 offering from Nelson on the way. Swung on and fouled off. Gladys stays alive with the count holding at 0-2. Got to think, Steve, when you've only lost one game all season long, that the one thing Wooster would love to do this afternoon is jump out into an early lead.
And they did that in both ball games yesterday. However, they were not able to sustain either lead.
0-2 pitch is outside for ball one. Allegheny defense basically playing Gladys straight away, shading him a bit to left field. 1-2 swung on and fouled off to the left side. That's well out of play, and the count holds at 1-2. Allegheny a perfect 13-0 in the NCAC. Wooster, after dropping a pair yesterday, moving to 8-6. 1-2 for Chris Nelson. The pitch to Gladys up high. It's 2-2. Nobody on, one away. Top half of the first inning. Glad he could join us this afternoon. We have no score. Nelson's 2-2 pitch. Swung on, a cutbacker glances off Nelson's glove, and Gladys is going to beat this out for an infield single. So the first scratch in this ball game going the way of Wooster, an infield single for Terry Gladys off the glove of Chris Nelson. Worcester with their first base runner. And it allows them to bring Todd Urban to the plate with one on and one out. Todd Urban hitting .439 this season. That includes 4 home runs. He had a great day yesterday. There's a bouncer hit to second. It's going to hit the runner, and that means that Gladys is out. So it looked on the slow roller to second there, Steve. Joe Pass was set to field it. May have had a shot at the man at second base, that being Gladys, but instead with the ball hitting the runner, he is out, and Urban will get first base.
I think that's quite a break for the Gators. I don't know if Joe Pass could have gotten Urban at second base. He seemed to be have a good jump on that ball, and it was, as you said, a bit of a slow roller. I think Joe Pass's only play would have been to first, so a bit of a break there for Allegheny.
So in essence, Wooster changes base runners from Gladys to Urban.
Don't hit your own base runner.
As Craig Singolani steps to the plate. There's a curveball high, ball one.
All right, now we're doing the weight.
Singolani was 2 of 6 yesterday and hit the other Wooster home run. It was a 2-run shot in game number 2. That 2 to no avail. Count 1-0 to Singolani. Nelson in the stretch. Pitch on the way. Catches the inside corner for strike 1.
Singolani yesterday had a home run. His home run in the second game was almost a straightaway center. Just a very, very strong kid. Powered the ball almost on a line drive right over Mike Penn's head and over the center field fence.
Nelson gets his sign and then steps off the rubber. There you see Todd Urban at first. Held there by Joe Ryan. Nelson's 1-1 offering on the way. That is swung on and a grounder to short. Up with it, Hardaby. He's going to flip to second for the fourth play to end the inning. For Wooster in the first, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, a man left. We played a half inning. It's Wooster nothing. Allegheny coming to bat. You're watching Allegheny College Baseball on CTV 13.
From the Hayfield Pirates. Today for the Pirates, attending is Jesse Anderson.
Today's game is brought to you by Cochranton Specialty, helping you build from the ground up. By Community Chevrolet, your full-line Chevrolet dealer. Days Inn of Meadville for family reunions, weddings, and weekend getaways. Call Days Inn. Group 4 Printing, your full-service printing and specialty advertising company staffed to serve your needs. And by North Street Auto, geared for the 90s, open 7 days.
Okay, dissolve to 2 And go, Steve. Bill.
Along with Steve Mest, I'm Bill Flanagan. Welcome back to Allegheny College. Played a half inning. Wooster and Allegheny are scoreless, with the Gators getting set to come to the plate. Good crowd this afternoon. A beautiful day if you picked out for us here, Steve.
Oh, I had
nice
to do
job.
the best I could to accommodate you, Bill.
Did a fine job. There you see Allegheny's leadoff hitter, Mike Penn,
Welcome to the big time.
getting set to stroll up to the plate. Face Nick Donatelli, Worcester's starting pitcher, 2-1 this season. Donatelli with a 5.57 ERA, struck out 19 and allowing 13 earned runs. That is over only 21 innings. Donatelli also giving up 26 hits during that time span. Set the defense for Wooster behind Donatelli. Chris Singolani is at first. Jim Warga is at second. Matt Vinsler, the shortstop. Eric Hagan is at third. The outfield, from left to right, John Tomlinson in left, Terry Gladys in center, and Todd Urban is in right. Mike Penn, the center fielder, set to lead things off. Penn on Saturday hit his first home run of the season, and going 1 of 6. And steps up to the plate against Nick Donatelli. And the first pitch is on the outside corner for strike 1.
Nice pitch, freshman.
Donatelli, a 6-foot, 210-pound freshman, working to Mike Penn. 0-1 offering. He goes inside for a called strike. It's 0-2.
That home run he hit yesterday was Penn's first of the season. Penn's really not known for the long ball. He's more of a contact hitter. Very quick. Runs about a 4.5 40.
The 0-2 pitch swung on and missed, and Mike Penn strikes out. So Nick Donatelli with a little trouble facing the first Allegheny hitter of this afternoon. Gets Mike Penn swinging on 3 strikes. And with that, Joe Gaeta will stroll to the dish. Left fielder, sophomore and a Cathedral Prep grad, Erie, PA, of course. First offering by Donatelli, catches the outside corner for a called strike. Gaeta this season off to a fine start. 400 is his batting average coming in today. The 0-1 is outside, 1-1.
Bill, I think a point about Joe Gaeta that's interesting in bringing up statistically, he leads this team in walks with 32 in 31 games played. So just a sophomore, he's got a lot of poise. We'll watch the pitches come through.
The pitch is outside for ball 2. That's a good point, Steve. Yesterday, trying 2 base on balls. It's important for Allegheny to get the top of their lineup on base. Gaeta also leading the club in another valuable stat, or I should say a second there, in runs scored with 39. And right now, Donatelli has fallen behind Joe Gaeta, 3-1. Gaeta batting left-handed, as Steve said, the sophomore. The 2-1 swung on. There's a bouncer to second. It's going to be fielded by Warga. Throws to first. There's 2 gone here at the bottom of the first inning. So 2 down, nobody on base. As Joe Vastola comes to the plate, he's the DH today. Was 1 of 7 yesterday. Scored a run. On the season, Vastola as the designated hitter, hitting .354. He has 2 home runs and 23 runs batted in. First pitch to him is a beauty in there for a strike called.
Joe Vastola in the offseason was considered a prime candidate for the third base slot. However, he's fit in real well at the designated hitter spot. Has been there all year for Allegheny. Has been a very consistent offensive performer.
0-1 offerings down low, 1-1. Wooster scratched out a base hit in the top of the first inning, left a man stranded. Allegheny unable to muster anything thus far on the first 2 hitters in their half of the first. There's a ball outside, 2-1. Vastola, the designated hitter, is a sophomore. He's done a solid job this season for the Gators. The 2-1 by Donatelli is swung on and fouled back. Evens the count at 2-2. As we said earlier, Allegheny going for a school record 31st victory. They've had only 1 loss this season. It was earlier to Mercyhurst. The 2-2 swung on, and there's a shot sprayed foul down the left field line. And the count will hold with nobody on, 2 away. Bottom of the first inning. Wooster and Allegheny knotted in a scoreless tie to this point. If Vastola gets on, Steve Cook would be next.
Yeah!
There's a base hit into left field. That's going to split the gap between the left fielder and the center fielder. And Vastola has himself a 2-out double for the afternoon for the Allegheny Gators.
Come on, Cookie!
So Allegheny picking up their first base hit of the day. It's a double, the 2-out variety from Joe Vastola. And that will bring third baseman Steve Cook to the plate. And what a season he has had, Steve Mest.
I'll tell you, if there's an All-American candidate in Division III baseball right now, it's Steve Cook, batting .471. He leads the team as well as the North Coast Athletic Conference and in many offensive categories, including runs scored with 50, RBIs with 46. Steve is the most dangerous hitter in the North Coast Athletic Conference right now.
He's currently on a torrid pace. Cook swings at the first offering by Donatelli and gets it foul out of play down the right field line.
All right, Cook, you're on it, baby.
You really could go on and on about Steve Cook's accomplishments. Yesterday in Game 2, he actually lost what was a 21-game hit streak into that game. But can you really blame him? In Game 1, he set the new school record for career hits. He's now at 162 for his career, so can't blame him for a little letdown, I guess, huh?
He's got a chance to bring home the first run of this contest. Again, he swings at a pitch down and outside and knocks it again out of play. It's 0-2.
Straight it out, Cook. Come on now.
As Steve stated yesterday, Steve Cook 2 of 7. That included a 2-run home run in Game 1, giving him the all-time Allegheny hit record. And then in Game 2, going 0 of 3 to end a 21-game hitting streak. He has 7 home runs on the season. And the 0-2 pitch on the way from Donatelli is outside corner for a called strike 3. Cook didn't like the call. But the Allegheny first inning comes to a close. A double and a man left stranded. We played 1. We have no score. You're watching Allegheny College Baseball on CTV 13.
Today's game is brought to you by Integra Bank. 4 local offices: Meadville, Conneaut Lake, Linesville, and Sagertown. Northwestern Rural Electric Cooperative Association, serving our rural area since 1936. Family Hair Care, Meadville's full-service salon in the downtown mall. Sagertown Manufacturing Corporation, pleased to support the Gators in the telecast of today's game. Mobilecom, the crystal clear communications people, wishing the Gators good luck and a great season. And by Armstrong Video Services, award-winning, affordable television production right here in Meadville.
And go, Bill.
1 inning in the books this afternoon at Allegheny College. We have no score between Wooster and the Gators. Fans looking on this afternoon. 2nd inning set to roll on with Chris
Ready,
Nelson
take three.
on the hill for the Gators.
Don can get a single pitcher again.
Cannot get over the beautiful spring day we have here this afternoon. Conditions are perfect. Sky should also not be a problem for the outfielders. There's not a blue picturesque sky. A beautiful day nonetheless. Fans out here enjoying it. 2nd inning set to begin with Wooster bringing up their 5, 6, and 7 hitters. Beginning with their third baseman Eric Hagan. During the doubleheader yesterday, Hagan did not dent the hit column. It's set to lead off the 2nd inning against junior Chris Nelson of Allegheny, whose first pitch is on the way. Swung on, there's a bouncer to second. Gliding there is pass. He'll throw to first to retire Eric Hagan for the first out of the 2nd inning.
Joe Pass has been a pleasant surprise for Allegheny at second base this season. Really, last season, if you